Hello.
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 Let's go!
Play the fucking music, Will! Play the fucking music! Rise and shine, you silly motherfuckers! Do you fear being in the same position and place this time next month? Take that fucking fear and put it into something new! Get off your fucking ass and change your future!
Hi, and welcome to the High Fives Punk Rock Podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and with me is the other host, Justin. I just refer to you as the other host. Not co-host, not anything, just the other host.
The other host, thanks.
It's a step up. It's like,
I guess I'm no longer not a guest, so.
Yeah, you're not a guest. You're the other host. Or a co-host. Anyway, hi, Justin. How's it going?
It's going amazing, Mike. I am fired up.
You better be fired up, because I'm fired up after that motivational speech.
Who can it be? Like, man, it's go time.
It's go time.
I don't know where we're going, but we're going to get there fast.
Yeah.
And angry.
Yeah. Let's, you got to get angry to get motivated, right?
That's right. You got to get up to get down.
Hey, you can start your own YouTube channel like that guy or whatever. Justin, how have you been other than being fired up since the last time I spoke with you?
I've been okay, and I think, truth be told, I'm not that fired up. It's this is like the sad time of year. It's still so nice out, but like the days are short, and like golf season's coming to an end. And as nice as the month of September has been up here, it's still like it's inevitably going to be winter in a few weeks, and it's going to suck.
Yeah, I can tell in the morning, like when you get to your car and you're at that point in the season where you could wear shorts, but you can't really wear shorts in the morning. Like you need you're layering up already now. Afternoon is like too hot for a hoodie, but like in the morning you need to be in a hoodie. And then after work already, it's like super hot. And then by like 7 o'clock, you're like, okay, it's cold again.
Yeah.
So the inevitable is near.
It'll be fine.
It'll be fine. When can you golf as a non-golfer? When can someone golf until in Calgary?
In Calgary, I have played golf for every month of the year except for January.
Okay, but that's an anomaly, right? Like you're not usually playing golf in December. What course is open in December?
The worst course in the city.
Okay.
And I've played a sort of not terrible one once in February.
Yeah, okay. I'm just out of curiosity.
But yeah, typically you can get to Thanksgiving quite easily. And then after that, the courses themselves start to...
Is this American Thanksgiving or Canadian Thanksgiving?
Canadian Thanksgiving.
Okay. The real Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The harvest one.
Yeah, not Freedomsgiving.
Not the problematic one.
I think they're both problematic. We just like to talk more about the harvest.
Isn't ours really about harvest?
We've really reframed it. Someone in marketing put some good spin on it.
Someone at homework got their fingers in on that.
Yeah.
All right. Justin, I have a question for you. I know I said I wasn't going to ask you any more questions, but I saw this.
Sounds an awful lot like you're about to, so.
I am going to ask you a question. Don't worry, it's not a hard one. It's just have you seen there's a few of these where people put music to the ending of a movie, and it's like it'll be a whole like real like channel set up to where someone tests a song against endings of movies. And one I came across was Bruce Springsteen's Born to Run can end any movie and make it work. Have you seen any of these?
I have not, but that sounds actually pretty cool.
It's pretty funny because it like totally changes the meaning of it. So like one of them is like Friday the 13th, like Jason coming out of the water to Born to Run. Like, I'm trying to think if there's another example, but I was going to ask you if you had seen it, could you think of a song that would work with almost any movie as an ending thing? Like Born to Run's pretty good because it's pretty like epic sounding, right? It's got that like feel good, like the movie's over.
Yeah, I can't really, well, the two that came to mind are already in movies, and that's why I'm thinking of them.
That's fine, but will it work for any movie then?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Vindicated by Dashboard Confessional. I think it's at the end of one of the Spider-Man movies.
100%, that would work in so many things.
Yeah. And
like Jaws. Vindicated at the end.
It would totally work.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like the Pixies song from Fight Club, like "Where's My Mind." Yeah,
That song's awesome though. That would probably work in most movies.
yeah. It might be a little too slow for some, but
I'm gonna send you that, and you can look at it and see.
yeah, that actually sounds pretty cool.
On the movie topic, in our friend chat, we've been talking about the John Candy movie. This is very CanCon. Were you a John Candy fan, or do you hate John Candy? I feel like he's a polarizing Canadian. Like people either like find him funny or were like, eh.
I find him like as a weird like Canadian funny.
Oh, he's Canadian funny for sure.
Which maybe I would like more now than I did back in the day. But I really liked Uncle Buck as a movie. I thought it was quite good.
Oh, Uncle Buck's amazing. Just curious. I'm excited for the documentary. I've always been a huge John Candy fan. I'm a huge SCTV fan though. Like I kind of grew up watching a lot of SCTV. I was saying in the chat, I got in trouble for doing a whole presentation as his character is Johnny LaRue. I'm not sure if you know who Johnny LaRue is, but he was basically this like sleazy like TV character that was on SCTV that walked around in a robe and was like always drinking and and smoking cigars and stuff. So I got in big trouble in grade 5.
That's a big move in grade 5.
Well, I'd been watching it all summer and
Yeah,
I thought it was hilarious. And the teacher was just like, first off, I don't know if the teacher even knew who Johnny LaRue was.
yeah. That might have been the miss. Yeah,
I'm not sure if anybody else in the class would have known because SCTV by that time was already like super old. Like I was just watching old reruns at my uncle.
yeah.
had taped.
It wasn't. Yeah,
Like-
just so we're clear on age, it wasn't on TV while we were
No.
off that age.
All right, we've hit our CanCon limit. On other topics, so you'll find this funny, and I don't know if this will relate to anybody else. So for about like a month, I've been working on a T-shirt for your old band and your album titled "I Shot Tommy Hilfiger," which literally was going to print, and then I was like, I don't know if I can wear a shirt now where someone gets shot because I feel like this is going to be a very polarizing thing right now. Not that anyone would care about Tommy Hilfiger, but I feel like I can't make that shirt anymore.
Yeah, you should probably shelve that idea.
Yeah.
You're gonna get canceled from this podcast.
I'm already pretty sure I'm not going to be able to go to the States anymore for thinking things out loud. But I was trying to remember, why did you guys call it I Shot Tommy Hilfiger? I know like Tommy Hilfiger at the time maybe had said something racist or something.
Yeah, which I actually don't.
Did we ever confirm that? I don't know if that was just like
I don't know. This
rumor
might be a
things.
Snopes moment where we need to confirm if it was true or not. But yeah, apparently it was. He had said something really racist, and so that's what we went with, an obscure reference for a moment in time.
That's the most like DIY punk rock thing. Obscure
Yeah.
references from a moment in time. Anyway, I just thought you would find that funny that I almost made that shirt and then realized I could never wear it.
It says I did just Google it, and the AI overview says that.
The AI overview.
That in the Tommy Hilfiger himself was reported to have controversial comments about the brand's appeal to different races.
I notice you're wearing a Tommy Hilfiger shirt right now.
2 of them, as a matter of fact.
So you've really just, you don't care anymore.
AI said it was accused and not confirmed. I'm just kidding. It sounds pretty confirmed.
I feel like it probably is confirmed.
I actually, this is quite embarrassing for a couple of reasons. One is I think we misspelled the name, not on purpose, on that tape.
I think it is misspelled, but I wasn't sure. So when I was making the shirt, I went with the tape spelling.
Yeah, and I think it's spelled wrong. Maybe that actually gets us out of like some sort of libel suit or something.
I don't think we need to worry about a libel suit. The shirt, though, did have his head getting blown off with a gun. So that probably would have got me in some trouble.
Did it?
No, my version of my shirt.
Oh,
Your
okay.
cover just had Men in Black for some unknown reason.
Yeah, that also didn't tie. Like yeah. Lawsuit number 2.
And then your copious amounts of sound clips using Boys in the Hood.
Yeah. Once we figured out how we were like good riddance on that one.
And there's a King of the Hill song too. So there's all over that whole tape
That's all
is
over
just
the place. Don't give 16-year-olds recording equipment.
well for many reasons. Well, now I guess 16-year-olds probably can record much better than we could. Don't give 16-year-olds.
Can't be any worse.
Can't be any worse for sure.
Yeah.
So on that note, Justin, What have you been listening to?
Lots of good stuff, Mike. There's a few things that have come across. It seems like there've been a ton of releases coming out over the last, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks. So lots of good music to check out. 3 things that I have been listening to. The new Have Mercy. I don't know if you've had a chance to listen to it. I'm sure you have.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's super good. I like it a lot. The production on it's really good, which I always enjoy. The lyrics are really well written, like, very personal and heartfelt. I love the song Little Pieces. And they remind me, I was trying to think of who they remind me of, and I think it's Moose Blood, like the first Moose Blood album.
Yeah, they do have it does kind of sound like Moose Blood, I would say.
I actually thought they were from the UK, but they're from the Eastern Seaboard, or the Seaboard, I should say.
Again?
I think they're from
Is
Maryland.
everything from it?
Yeah, maybe that's like the new Philadelphia. Yeah, really, like I'd call them like emo rock, basically. Like they're not quite Midwest, but a little bit more.
Yeah, I'd say they're in that Halt Mulligan, like
yeah.
In that world of like, because like that stuff is got like a lot of more rock to it, and like indie
That's right.
to it
It's not,
as well
it's
with
not
the emo.
not as twinkly a guitars.
Yeah.
As some of the Midwest stuff. So yeah, Have Mercy, the loneliest place I've ever been. Even by title alone is just a great indication of what you're in for 45 minutes or so. Speaking of twinkly Midwest emo, I've also been listening to Saturdays at Your Place.
So good.
Super good, yeah. These Things Happen is the name of the album. They're from Kalamazoo, Michigan, which is probably about as Midwest as you could get. And it certainly sounds like it. One thing I did not know about this band is that the drummer is the lead singer as well. So he does double duties in the 3-piece, singing and playing drums, which is not very common.
This album was also on my listening list. It's funny because the first time I listened to it, I'd been waiting for this album for quite a while, and the first listen I wasn't like super stoked, and Nate actually texted me. He's like, "Oh, it's so good." I'm like, "I don't know," and then I went and gave it a fresh listen the next day, and I was super stoked on it. So it must have just been my mood the night before, which is a good lesson that sometimes when you're listening to an album, to give it another shot, because it might have just been in your mood that day. It's the flow; it flows so well. Hey,
Yeah, actually, I think I liked it more as an album than as individual songs. So I would agree with that. It took me a couple listens to sort of find what I liked in it, and otherwise it's sort of, at first I was like, oh, this is kind of like unremarkable, but the more I listened to it, like it really started to kick in.
I think that's what it was for me. It felt like, and I was like trying to figure out if it was because I'd been waiting for it for so long, but it felt like it felt flat at first, and then the more and more I listened to it, the more and more I was really into it. Like I think I've listened to it like 10 to 15 times already now. Like I love this album.
Yeah, I really do like it. And then the last one is probably no surprise that I'll bring it up, but it's the much-awaited 5th album from Hot Mulligan, which is exactly just carrying on where they left off with their previous releases. I love this band. I don't think it's going to make necessarily new fans, but if you like it, I think you would like this album.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Sound a Body Makes When It's Still Warm, which is a weird...
They do have a good way with titles of songs and things like that. So.
My current favorite song is And a Big Load, which...
well, for many reasons.
I don't want to know any more as to why they named a song that. So I think last episode I talked about the wrestling song, right? So
yeah, it's not on the album, right?
It's not. No, it's not on the album. I'm sure I said this last episode. That's their best song, but this is a really good album.
It is a really good album, and that song is rad. You got a throwback?
I actually didn't do a throwback. I have a few that I was kicking around, but nothing I figured I really got into enough to really talk about.
Well, because you took Saturdays at Your Place off me, there's an album I'll suggest for you to listen to, Tired Radio. Have you listened to that album yet?
I have not, no.
You will really like it. I thought you were going to pick it. That's why I didn't put it on my list. But you snuck up with the Saturdays at Your Place thing. So, Tired Radio, 100% recommend it for you. It just came out on Red Scare, I believe, which is probably a good indication of...
that alone's a good start. Cool. Okay, I definitely will. Thank you.
But the other albums I've been listening to, the first one is the new Eradicator album. It's called You Can Hate the Eradicator. And I believe we've discussed in nauseam how much I love a gimmick band. So But truth be told, I thought for sure the Eradicator would have run its course by now.
Here we are.
The Eradicator's put out quite a few albums. A couple of them were a little bit missy for me, but this one is amazing. Recording's great. Energy's fantastic. Lyrics are great. I didn't know you could drag out an amazing Kids in the Hall skit for this much, but you have. He's got a song called Say No to War, Say No to Golf.
I fucking hate this band.
Anti-golf jokes should make you want to listen to it. Anyway, it's done really well. I would say it's up there with its best work, and I really liked it. It was a nice little surprise.
Are they still squash themed?
Well, it's all Eradicator themed.
Yeah.
Like the skit, it's still all about every squash and that sort of life. There was the Saturdays at Your Place, and then third album I was listening to is a band called Flinch from Glasgow, Scotland. They play like indie alt rock emo. Justin, you can probably turn your headphones off because you will not like this, but I love it. It's got a really DIY feel to it. They describe themselves as playing sad songs in harmony, and the more and more I listened to it, the more and more I liked it. It felt very mid to late 90s, kind of like there's a band called Sarge I used to really like, which they sort of have a similar sound to that. They have some great titles. One is called Drum Her, I Hardly Knew Her, or You're in His DMs, I'm rating less than subtle lyrics, hoping he reads them and falls in love. We are not the same. So they also do that thing with like, when bands have like a little talking thing, kind of like over like instrumental, like the emo bands from the 90s used to do it a lot, and they do this a lot, and I like it. Also, I thought it was kind of cool. They were one of the first bands I saw that pulled their stuff from Spotify over the war stuff. And I think it's pretty brave when a small band does it. Like,
yeah,
I did see Massive Attack did it, and that's like, it's great when large bands do it, because realistically it's more impactful if a large band does it, right? Like it is, if you're like this band, or let's say like even us, or like any bands that, probably most of the bands that we listen to, the impact is fairly minimal. Spotify probably doesn't even give a shit about what the streaming is on any of those. They're not even paying most people probably at this point.
Like nothing, yeah.
Yeah, so other than dragging people to the site, for a small band to take that risk, it's pretty valiant. So kudos to them and anybody that's willing to do that. Last was my throwback album, and it's not really a throwback because it's from 2023, but it's an album that started hitting me harder than when it first came out. The album is Krebs, and the title is Peggy Lee. It's a project featuring Spencer of Murder City Devils. It's immediately evident when you listen to the vocals, but it doesn't feel like our Murder City Devil album at all, which is maybe why I didn't like it at first. It just made me, like, if I put it on, I just felt like, well, I might as well listen to Murder City Devils if I'm craving that. Anyway, I really liked it. I just like his vocals, and the song structure should appeal to anybody that likes his work. So, yeah, I just really digging that one. And that's it for the music part. I guess the what have we been listening part. I'm all over the place today, Justin. It's a Monday, and which is a good segue into our topic.
Yeah, it sounds like you need to get fired up. You need some motivation.
You know what, Justin? You got the music ready? Play the fucking music, Justin. Play the fucking music. And jokes aside, that is our topic of this episode, Monday motivation. And I legit came up with this because you may have heard at the intro, ridiculous motivational speaker that I found on Instagram, or I don't know if it's a motivational speaker. What would you call that?
I would call him a hero.
Hero? Okay, sure. He's just a guy that has stuff on there, and it made me laugh. And I decided that would be an interesting topic. And then I was like, he's probably a car salesman or something like that. And I was thinking about Justin and me both work in industries that involve realtors and things like that. And without getting too much, Justin, have you noticed that realtors are really into this motivational stuff?
Oh, 100%. Like they need to be.
Why?
I don't know. I think it's like this competitive, like you got to get out there and be your best and sell yourself. And it's just, it kind of comes with the territory.
A lot of realtors send me emails and they'll be like, here's a motivational speech for the day or a motivational quote for the day. And I'm like, What the fuck does this have to do with selling me a house? I don't need to hear this.
My old boss used to send every single day a quote of the day. Okay,
maybe I'm just like a shitty person, but none of that stuff works for me. Does it work for you? Like if you read a like inspirational quote, or if you hear like an inspirational speech and you're just like, yeah, I'm gonna fucking go through a wall for that guy today and work my ass off today.
Yeah, no, not. I think I'm way too like jaded and cynical for that to work. Every once in a while, there'll be one that'll give you like a little bit of pause, or it's not like the motivational stuff that's like, you know, like fucking today's a gift. That's why it's called a present. Like that stuff can just truly go fuck itself. 6 ways from Sunday. There's, you know, like sometimes if it's like an insightful quote from like someone that you actually have like respect and admiration for, I think it can maybe reframe your thinking a little bit. And this isn't like really motivational stuff, but I've been listening to a lot more like podcasts and like stuff from like influential
Who's listening to
people.
podcasts? Don't listen to podcasts.
Well, this one, I actually listen to you, Mike. You get me motivated. Because I'm like, if this fucking guy can run half the show, surely I can take over this entire operation. Some real star power in here.
You know it. Doing this from my basement with board games behind me.
They're really quite precariously stacked up there.
Oh, these with my 7 inches?
No, the games look like they're about to topple over.
Oh. Yeah, they might. Who knows?
Yeah.
I wasn't motivated.
You made Jenga out of board games. It's quite clever.
I wasn't motivated to stack them properly.
Yeah, like I've been listening to like more, but it's all like industry stuff or like stuff related to my work, and it's just interesting hearing other perspectives. That's not really like motivational, like get you fired up. Okay. I think it's just more.
You work in sales, so do you feel pressured to say this sort of shit to people on your team?
No. I swing the total opposite way. It's cutting sarcasm and then actually like gratitude, but no like big
cutting sarcasm. I think that's our whole relationship as friends.
Yeah,
cutting sarcasm.
Yeah. That
some gratitude.
It doesn't change from 9 to 5.
Huh, that's good.
I do. My favorite like sales motivation thing is the quite problematic Glenn Ross bit with Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, but that stuff's like funny.
It's so funny. I say
because it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Second place second place is a set of steak knives all the time. And sometimes people get it and sometimes they don't. But anyone that's like figures out that third place is you're fired is pretty great.
I imagine that isn't going to last much longer. Like we're getting to the age where like our references probably don't make sense to a lot of people you're hiring now, right?
For sure. Yeah.
Stuff that like I've mentioned Seinfeld jokes a couple times to people. Yeah. I'm assuming they're like around our age, but they're much younger and they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm old, and because it's like if my parents made a Happy Days reference or something.
Yeah.
Simpsons is a good one because if you watch old Simpsons, so many of those jokes made sense to us, but I don't think they make sense to like
not at all
kids these days. Like they don't know who Luke Perry. Like there's a lot of Sinatra jokes and things like that. Like we knew who Sinatra was, but I don't think like a 14-year-old kid knows who Sinatra was really, or they might know who Sinatra was, but the significance of Sinatra.
Yeah, none of it would make sense. Even like the difference between like when the Ramones play Mr. Burns' Birthday and he says have the Rolling Stones like
yeah. That's a good point. Is that even?
It's an awesome joke for us, and I think at this point people would be like, "Well, I don't know. There's probably no difference between the Ramones and the Rolling Stones, or maybe they were the same band, or some of the members were the same because they're both sort of culturally irrelevant."
Someone was telling me, and I can't remember who was telling me this. They were at Sunrise Records, and Sunrise Records, for people that aren't Canadian, took over HMV as like kind of the mall music store. They're a little bit more independent, but basically it's HMV, right? And they were buying something, and the kid working the counter was wearing a NOFX shirt. So I can't remember, I don't know who told me the story, but they said, "Oh, I like your shirt." And the guy goes, "Yeah, it's my mom's old shirt. I don't know the band." It just looked cool.
That tracks. I see so many kids wearing Nirvana t-shirts.
Yeah, but Nirvana is on the radio still. Like if you listen to a classic rock
for
station,
sure, but it's literally the Beatles. Like that's
fair.
Same thing. Yeah.
That makes sense. Like kids are good, but like NOFX, it's pretty funny. Like someone would be wearing a NOFX shirt and then be like, "I have no idea who this band is. It's my mom's shirt." Like I just can't remember who told me that story, but it made me laugh quite a bit, and then it made me feel old, and then I cried, And then I listened to some Monday motivational speakers. And
You're such a little trooper.
Yeah. Perfect, Justin. Perfect Simpsons reference. Way to tie that all up. So, Justin, one thing I will say, and this might work for you, is music can motivate me. Can music motivate you?
Yeah, 100%. I think music's a huge motivator. As a matter of fact, I found this topic really hard because I listen to, much like you do, music all the time. It's always on my headphones. It's in the car. It's in the background. It's at work. Like everything.
I guess that's why we have a podcast about music.
Yeah.
It's not just here to talk about outdated references.
Listen to so much of the same music, which is maybe a growing fault, but
if you pick Coheed for this list again, you're fired.
Nope. There's probably some repeats in here, maybe of bands for sure, maybe not of songs. And what I had a hard time going or sort of sorting through was music that gets me sort of fired up or excited, or like that I would listen to like before hockey or at the gym or something like that, is quite different than music that is actually motivational in terms of lyrical content or intent. So I tried to separate those two and not just go with like something like Wake the Dead, which is such a great, like, get the blood pumping, like.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I think there's a difference between a pump up song when you're at like going to play sports, or like a motivational song. Like for me, I approach this, if I'm driving into work or I'm having a shitty day at work and this song comes on, will it kind of like kickstart my heart a little bit? On topic, I pick Kickstart My Heart a lot.
I was going to say
just 4 versions of Kickstart My Heart.
5 covers of
and then Home Sweet Home.
Perfect. Just to close her out.
Yeah. But that's sort of how I approached it too, because there's a difference between the song that you want to hear at going into the gym than like getting your week started, or like getting out of the funk of going to work or going to school, or just doing nothing, like whatever you need the motivation for.
For sure. And that's actually where I landed with my songs, is I thought, what do you need to get motivated for? So each of my songs has a different theme of motivation or a reason for motivation.
Look at you. You did the homework. You worked your ass off. I like this.
So my first pick, I'll get to it, is a motivational song to get you going in the most literal way. It's about seizing the moment, because today's a gift. That's why they call it the present. And they're fucking cheesy cliches. But yeah, it's really about like the motivation to get started. And quite literally, the song is "Start Today" by Biscuits.
Nice.
Who, classic New York hardcore, who I can't say I'm not an old punk guy. And these guys aren't that old. Like the song came out in '89, which...
That is old now, Justin.
I know it is, but it's not like like Total Chaos or something like that from '83. And I'm not even like a New York hardcore kind of guy, but I do actually really I like the song a lot. I think it's awesome. I think it was one of the first albums to come out on Revelation Records. It's the second release from Gorilla Biscuits.
You know what? I'm not super well versed in that 80s New York hardcore scene, because I think it's not the music that got me into this genre. And because I was I didn't grow up with that. Later on, I started listening to, actually, Good Riddance kind of got me into starting to listen to a lot of those kind of bands, because they would reference things. Like,
you could very easily convince someone that like Russ from Good Riddance was the singer of Gorilla Biscuits. Like he shaped his voice so much after Civ that it wouldn't be a stretch at all. And you can see how that this band influenced Good Riddance a ton.
Also, maybe one of the cooler logos for a band, like having the gorilla.
You think so? I actually I think this is such a stupid name for a band.
Well, the name's stupid, but I like the logo. It reminds me of like 80s surf and skate stuff.
You know what? Actually, that's true. Yeah,
which I do like.
It definitely has that look. Yeah, kind of that line art graphic. Yeah.
But great pick. I'm impressed with how much thought you put into this. It's now making me feel a little bit lazy.
Oh, I was motivated.
Yeah. Well, you picked the right song. Okay, my pick. The band I picked is Brutalligators. Brutalligators, right? That's how you say that. Brutalligators?
No, you're going to figure this one out.
Brutalligators. Okay. So the band is Brutalligators. They're from the UK, and they describe themselves as big old queer indie punk tunes for folks with bad backs. That's an interesting way to describe yourself.
I'm like, I feel so heard.
I do have a bum shoulder. I don't even know where to go with this. So, have you listened to Brutalligators before?
No, I don't think so.
I think you'd really like them. Maybe not from that description, but you would really like them. They have a little of that orgcore feel. They're a little bit Menzingers, a little bit Apologies, I Have None. And maybe that's the British vocals.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
If you haven't heard them and you're into that sort of sound, I highly recommend you check them out. This single came out a while ago, and I assumed it meant they would have a new album coming out. Like, I feel like this came out sometime in mid to 2024. They had another single come out sometime early this year. I really loved their last full length, which is called This House is Too Big, This House is Too Small. But ever since then, it's just been a smattering of singles and EPs. So I'm not sure if they have a full length coming out. I'm assuming at some point there is one coming out. And this song doesn't really have anything to do with Mondays per se. The lyrics are actually a little bit depressing, but at the same time, they're uplifting, and combined with the music, it really just made me think of this topic right away. It's the first song I thought of. The song is called Get Better. In the song, there's a gang vocals and layering of Get Better, and that just seemed to work well for a Monday motivational. Like, life can get better. You can make it through the work week. You can make it through this week. You can make it through school or whatever's going on in your life, and it can get better. So that was my motivation for that.
Wow. That's awesome.
Thanks, sir.
It sounds like someone was having a manic Monday.
Just another manic Monday. Maybe a blue Monday. Was there another Monday song we can reference?
Monday.
Oh, nice. All right. And on that note, why don't you play the fucking music, Justin?
All right, we're going to get started with Start Today by the Gorilla Biscuits.
And Get Better by Brutalligators. Why is that name so hard to say? Get Better by Brutalligators. This is a hot mess.
A head that's full of cloud, a heart that self-despises. I lost myself in England, found again in San Francisco. Keep shouting that I'm proud when I just wear disguises. I lost my mask somewhere on the floor of an indie disco. Carry on with silent screaming. Find my smile fixed and gleaming. that strong. Still I'll try and carry you. And I'll try and carry you for you. And carry you for me too. I'm not that strong. Still I'll try and carry you. And I'll try and carry you for you. And carry you for me too. I'm not that strong. Still I'll try and carry you.
All right, we're back with our second picks, and Mike, yours set me up so well because my second theme for motivation is songs to motivate you to get better.
Oh, well, that's very
What a great segue!
perfect.
We didn't even plan it. This is my second pick is a song off. It's the second full length from, I think, possibly my favorite band, or certainly one of my favorite bands, hailing from good old Los Angeles, California, from the album Schmaltz, released in 2018. The band is Spanish Love Songs, and the song I went with is The Boy Considers His Haircut. I don't think that Spanish Love Songs is a motivational band by any means. I think they have a lot of...
No, I'd say no.
Yeah, I
maybe-
think it's more misery loves company kind of stuff, and then a lot of it is seeing yourself and how hard things can be, and knowing that maybe you're not the only one having a shitty time.
Maybe that is kind of motivational, though.
Yeah, I think I think there's something there, right? I think there's something in knowing that it's okay to be low, it's okay to be struggling, it's okay that shit is sometimes really fucking hard. And you're not the only one that feels it. And the frustration, it's the despair, I think, that really transcends it, right? Like you can feel a lot of negative or hard to feel things, but yeah, that you're not the only one that feels it.
I think the despair thing, you kind of hit the nail on the head there for me, like when I'm thinking about it. They do such a good job of being descriptive of why shit is bad. And you can be like, yeah, fuck it, this isn't good. We shouldn't be living life like this. Let's get motivated to fix this so we don't all feel this shitty way.
Yeah, exactly. And I think in this song in particular, where I see it come through in what is ultimately a pretty bleak album from a pretty bleak band.
That should be their shirts.
Yeah, that's they have an album called No Joy. I think that says volumes onto itself. But in the sort of bridgy breakdown of the song, one of the lyrics that really stands out to me, like profoundly and powerfully, is I want to be fine. I swear I'm trying to be my best. And to me, that is such a strong statement of recovery, of turning things around, of getting better, of finding a way to see the light amongst the darkness, and find a way to sort of to make some change. So that notion alone, I swear I'm trying to be my best. I think if you can acknowledge that in some pretty hard times, it sets you up very well to get through it. And it's not just accepting things for the way they are, but actually wanting to make a change. So that's kind of where I pull things together for motivation song number 2.
Great pick, Justin. Great album, great band. My second pick, I was going to say third pick. I'm all over the place tonight, but second pick is Dave Hause. Hause, have we ever figured this out? Hause, I think it is.
Hause.
I think it's Hause. Anyway.
Hause. Okay.
The song is Look Alive off his upcoming album And the Mermaid, which I think will be out by the time this podcast is out. I think it said the end of September. So unless I'm super motivated and edit this tonight, I'm sure I won't make it till the end of the release date. Anyway, assuming if you listen to this podcast, you probably have an idea of who he is. If for some reason you're in the dark, Dave plays a combo of heartland rock, folk, and punk rock with heartfelt lyrics and great melody. You may also know him from The Loved Ones, but I feel like he's almost been doing the solo stuff longer than The Loved Ones.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, way longer, yeah.
I got a chance to hear in advance of this album, and it's really, really good. I'd say his best work in a long time. It has much more oomph to it than the last few, and I think maybe for me that was missing in the last few releases. Like, not that I didn't like them, but I felt like there was just like a little bit of energy missing from him. Musically they were good, but just this one feels like a hit. The song Look Alive was released as a single a few months back. I think it was perfect for the topic because, again, while not totally motivational, the gist of it works well for this idea that you need to be motivated to do something. Lyrically, I feel like it's kind of about seizing the day, and then the anthemic nature of it just works so well for getting you out of a Monday morning funk. Like he says in the song, if we're going down swinging. I thought that was a good lyric to think about when you need some motivation. And
isn't that a Fall Out Boy lyric?
Maybe. He also says something about the song Trusty Chords, which, sidebar, his version of Trusty Chords is awesome if you've ever had a chance to.
I actually don't think I have. But one of my favorite things about seeing him live is he throws in a lot of like either covers or they're not covers. They're either lyrical nods or little melodies or lyrics from other songs into his own songs.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to sort of do it off the cuff. And it's every time I've seen him do it, I'm like, fuck, that's so smart.
He's very good live.
Yeah.
Like I've seen him a lot. He was not here not long ago.
Yeah, he was just here.
I just didn't. I'd seen him so many times I didn't go, which is weird for me to say. I didn't go. That's not weird for me to say. To say something.
I was gonna say there's nothing weird about what you just said.
His version of Trusty Chords is awesome. It was done during the revival thing. I don't think it's ever been recorded other than live, but I think in the revival he did it with Dan Andrino and maybe even Chuck Reagan. So it floats around on YouTube.
That'd be awesome.
It's really good.
I'll have to check it out.
But this song is called Look Alive, and it's my second pick.
Awesome. Great second choices for our second motivational songs. I went with Spanish Love Songs off the album Schmaltz, and the song is The Boy Considers His Haircut.
Dave Hause, Look Alive off the upcoming album And the Mermaid.
Shortcomings, my gross insecurities, be less narcissistic, maybe show some humility. My mom sighs well from under her breath. She wonders, well, how the hell I can live like this? My shelf life expired months ago. I keep tricking the ones I claim to love into these situations. Like I'm walking backwards, these wasted years. I'm walking backwards, these wasted years. Well, still nobody knows my name. My shitty songs or my chubby face. I wanna know how to be okay. To the things that people do to find a home in the end. 'Cause I've lived my whole life so afraid of getting hurt. I've never really been hurt. I've never really been hurt. And the best I can hope is to zone out in a room full of people that I don't know on a hospital bed. Is that too obvious? I can say I wanna heal. I can say I wanna change. But really, well, I wanna wake up and maybe be better. I wanna come through and not be second guessed. Wanna find the money to fix my nose and learn to breathe without pacing. I don't wanna be depressed. Wanna find a haircut that fits me, that hasn't been co-opted by Nazis. I'll settle for some rest. Wanna move on, I wanna feel more important. Trying to be fine, I swear I'm trying to be my best. Well, I wanna wake up and maybe be better. I wanna come through and not be second guessed. Wanna find the money to fix my nose so I can sing without pacing. I don't wanna be depressed. I wanna find a haircut that fits me, that hasn't been stolen by Nazis. I'll settle for some rest. I'm trying to move on, I'm trying to feel more important. I wanna be fine, I swear I'm trying to be my best. I'm walking backwards, wasted years. Walking backwards, these wasted years. I still nobody knows my name. My shitty songs and my chubby face. I wanna know how to be okay. Do the things that people do to find a home in the end. If I'm gonna pay for my sins, goddamn, I wanna sin some more. I wanna feel Jameson burn and sing along to trusty chords. I wanna swim out in the ocean with the mermaid one last time. I wanna shoot out the stars if it's the end of the world tonight. Better bury me standing. My whole life's been on my knees. We'll be laughing in the ashes of the mushroom cloud debris. I wanna dive into the sky with you right by my side. I'm gonna fly if it's the end of the world tonight. If we're going down, we're going down swinging. If it's over now, if the broken bells ringing. I wanna fill my lungs with chemicals. I wanna burn out fast and bright. I wanna leave nothing left to chance if it's the end of the world tonight. Oh, oh. I wanna rob a casino with the taste of you on my lips. I wanna evil Knievel my way off of London Bridge. I wanna dance like Fred Astaire while dodging bullets left and right. I wanna feel it all if it's the end of the world tonight. If we're going down, we're going down swinging. If it's over now, the broken bells ringing. I wanna fill my lungs with chemicals. I wanna burn out fast and bright. I wanna leave nothing left to chance if it's the end of the world tonight. Oh, oh, if it's the end of the world tonight. Oh, oh, if we're going down, we're going down swinging. If it's over now, the broken bells ringing.
I hope everyone is feeling motivated and ready to take on their days.
I know
weeks,
I
and
am.
Months. I can hear it. It's
Yeah, I'm riled.
Yeah, it's palpable. It's coming through the speakers here.
I've been doing push-ups this whole time.
I just opened my second drink.
In reality, I've been drinking chamomile tea.
I'm on to the hard iced tea.
Nice.
It's another Monday.
That's a Monday motivation for some people.
Can't get drunk all week if you don't start on a Monday.
It's the little victories, Justin. It's the little victories.
On to the third picks for motivation. Motivation Monday. You really went with a Monday theme. I just went with get motivated.
Yeah, same thing. I just was just so inspired by our intro guy that.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know what your Tuesday is going to look like, but it's going to be wild.
Or a downer.
My sub theme for getting motivated for my third pick is motivation to get over it, and this comes from I guess like. I was going to say widely publicized, but it's within a very small community. But this comes out of 2003, the sixth album from the East Bay's very own Rancid. This is the first single off the off Indestructible. The song is Fall Back Down. But Fall Back Down, I thought it was just a great song for like that idea of you can get knocked around, you can get pushed down, you can have things in your life go not the way you thought they were going to go. But if you fall back down, you're going to get back up, and the people around you are really going to be the ones that help pick you back up and get you going again. That you don't have to, necessarily be alone. You don't have to suffer by yourself. The ties you build and the connections you have are the ones that are going to come in for you the most. So that's where I landed with this one. I know we debate on the chat a lot about the best Rancid album, and this one doesn't really enter the conversation, but this is a good album.
I would agree. It's a very good album. The more I listen to it, the more I like it. I think it's got a lot of the elements that I love off Life Won't Wait.
Yeah, it actually, it certainly feels more punk than Life Won't Wait.
Yes,
but it still carries a lot of those other elements. Like they're really strong, not even ska, but like
just the
like reggae kind of influence to it, like that really like Jamaican kind of sound.
The recording quality, I think, the way it's recorded, I think has to do with it, maybe too.
Yeah, that could be part of it. Yeah,
I like this album a lot. So
yeah, it's definitely a strong one from them. So yeah, kind of where I landed with my third pick.
Nice. My third pick is another single, and kind of in the same vein, maybe not so direct. It's kind of about getting over it or getting through it. The band is called Dick Move. The album, it's a single, sorry. I believe the album's due out in November, but I don't know if it's titled yet. The song is called Fuck It. Dick Move are a party punk band from New Zealand. This was sent my way by future fireman calendar candidate Nate Lewitt. And I fell in love with this band as soon as he sent it my way. Like, I'm surprised he found it before me. I was kind of embarrassed. It's not a usual Nate thing for this kind of music. Anyway, really love this song and went back and picked up their previous album right away. It's not really about Mondays or the feeling, but I picked it for a few reasons. The first being the song is a fucking banger. The lyrics are great, and the band describes Fuck It as an unbridled rejection of misogyny, control, and the systems that enable them. The last reason that I picked it is over the past few months I've been trying to get back in some sort of shape because I've been sort of so-so on physical activity due to being hurt at a game subbing for Justin's hockey team. I will be suing Justin for making me come.
Well, you fucked around, you found out.
It's true. I guess so. Jokes aside, I've been unmotivated and lazy, but I've been trying to go for a lot of more walks. Walks is my speed these days. I'm no longer athletic. And I noticed when this song came on, no matter how much I was hating my walk, which I really fucking hate walking. Like, I don't get that runner's high or walker's high that people talk about. I don't know if you do.
I don't think I've ever heard of walker's
high. Okay, runner's high. I never get that high of like, wow, this is amazing that I'm doing it. Like, I'm always like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, if I was going somewhere, walking to the store or walking somewhere, I'm fine. But like just walking for the sake of walking is very hard for me. But when this song would come on, no matter how much I was hating it, I'd move faster. It would pick up my spirits. It was like it was telling me that fuck it meant to get through this. And as a side quest, it worked for me. So that's why
that's cool.
That's my motivation.
All right. Third picks for songs to get motivated off the album Indestructible. It is Rancid with Fall Back Down.
Dick move with Fuck It.
I take a beer situation, gonna make it right. In the shadow of the darkness, I stand in the light. See, it's our style, we keep it true. I had a bad year, I've gone through. I've been knocked out, beat down, black and blue. She's not the one coming back for you. She's not the one coming back for you. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. It takes disaster to learn a lesson. You're gonna make it through the darkest night. Some people betray more than class treason. Wanna make everything alright. Woo! They don't faze me, even if I look and act really crazy. I won't wait down, she betrayed me. Now my vision is no longer hazy. I'm very lucky to have my crew. They stood by me when she flew. I've been knocked down, beat down, black and blue. She's not the one coming back for you. She's not the one coming back for you. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up again. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend. If I fall back down, you're gonna help me back up. If I fall back down, you're gonna be my friend.
All right, so I am shifting gears in the motivation spectrum a little bit here, and it would be hard not to. It's hard not to in the world of punk rock, and this is a change to not necessarily focusing on just yourself per se, but really on your impact to those around you. So this is a sub theme of songs to get motivated to be informed.
Oh.
So this is about learning, about becoming more aware of the impacts you may or may not have around the world, and how ignorance is not bliss, and basically how you can have a voice and opinion, and use that to sort of learn more about what's happening in the world around you. It comes from a band that previous to this album coming out would have seemed surprising, because I think the album before this has or maybe it's two before this, has a picture of a guy 69ing a sheep.
As one does.
And they wrote songs like
S&M Airlines.
Exactly. That's such a great example. Like S&M Airlines and Lies and Louise, and did not have a lot of serious takes on a lot of things. But then all of a sudden they released The War on Errorism, and things took a more serious tone for NOFX. And serious is a pretty, we'll use the term pretty loosely, because I think even in...
Loose like that sheep.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think NOFX has always done a good job, and obviously we've talked about them a ton on the podcasts. But I thought they do such a good job of bringing light to issues that they obviously care about, that they think are important, but doing it in a way that's very approachable. And I thought this song, which is Franco Un-American, does such a good job of... Basically, it's a song about realization and self-awareness and critical thinking that feels like a journey for them that they have made, or perhaps specifically Fat Mike, from writing songs about being tied up on an airplane or showering once a week, to taking life a little bit more seriously and making a bigger impact.
Just 1 second. Is My Vagina on this album, or is it the album before this?
For the sake of this dialogue, I'm going to say the album before, but She's Nubs is definitely on after. So let's not say they swung. They didn't go full propaganda, but
no,
certainly became a little bit more enlightened. And I thought this was just a good a good song to represent the idea of just thinking a little bit more critically about things and not just taking life for granted.
Good pick, Justin. My next band is a band called M.U.T.T, but M.U.T.T. Not M.U.T., because there's another band called M.U.T. without those. That's a Canadian rock band, I think, from the 70s. This band is from San Francisco and come out of the ashes of a band called Culture Abuse, who broke up after their singer turned out to be a creep. The song is called Night Moves, and I think it's just a single. Like, there's just one other song on that. They do have a full length that came out this year, which is pretty sweet. And much like Night Moves, almost all the tracks seem to be nods to other songs, but they aren't covers. The first time I saw this, I was like, is this going to be a cover of Night Moves? But it's not. Much like Fuck It, the song has just a lot of oomph to it. It's one that would come on again when I was walking the streets, and I mean the suburban streets of the neighborhood I live in. But you never know when those yuppies are going to come out and attack you with a golf club. So I got to be on guard all the time. The song starts out with the line, "I've been working to live, but I ain't living to work." It's basically about getting off your work day and going out with your friends, or I think it's a girlfriend or friend, and celebrating your night moves, which really at the end of the day is one way to survive your work week, clocking out.
It sounds like they're working for the weekend.
That's exactly what my next note was. They're working for the weekend. But yeah, you clock out, leave that shit behind. That's pretty motivational in itself. I mean, not everybody wants to live or die for the work week. So yeah, that's basically why I picked it. It's also just a pretty fucking rad song.
Cool. I like it. There's something about like work not being your identity. And I think like for a lot of adults, it sort of becomes it, right?
Yeah.
Even just that idea of like fucking talking to people, or like, I hate people. I hate talking to people. I hate meeting people. I think you hate it even more than I do.
And who do you do sales for? And why are you so high up there?
But that idea of like, well, what do you do for work? I'm like, well, I do lots of other things besides work. So
Yeah, actually, that's like my. Yeah, I think as we get older, that becomes your identity. It's such a mundane thing, and yeah, like there's so much more to people that I'd rather talk
I'm
about.
going to start asking people like, when was the last time you cried? How do you feel about sunsets?
And then you can work it into a motivational speech.
I'm going to tell them. I'm going to start telling people I do a podcast. What do you do for work? I have a podcast.
Fuck! I never tell anybody I have a podcast. I don't want anyone to stumble upon this.
This is why we have 7 listeners.
I feel like the people that want to listen will find us, and I'm happy with that. I don't need to tell people. But I mean, like, I do agree though. It's like, as you get older, and other people probably agree, it's like, do you really want your job to be your identity? Like, I work in construction. That's not my identity. Like, if you know me, I'm like the least construction-y kind of person. Like, I have no business being in this industry. I don't really think of you as like a sales guy. Like, you're not really like, I don't know. You're just my bud.
Just a dude.
Just another guy. Anyway, I ain't living to work.
Just working for the weekend.
Might as well go for a soda.
Some patio lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
That's the other mutt. Or at least mutt adjacent. 4th picks for songs to be motivated by. I went with NOFX off The War on Errorism and the song Franco Un-American.
Mutt Night Moves off the Another Saturday Night single.
I never thought about the universe, it made me feel small. Never thought about the problems of this planet at all. Global warming, radioactive sites, imperialistic wrongs, and animal rights. No! Why think all the bad things when life is so good? Why up with an M when there's always a could? Let the whales worry about the poisons in the sea. Outside of California, it's foreign policy. I don't want changes, I've no reactions. Your dilemmas are my distractions. That's the way to go, Franco, Un-American. No way to go, Franco, Un-American. No way to go, Franco, Un-American. No way to go, Franco, Un-American. I never looked around, never second-guessed. Then I read some Hause in, now I'm always depressed. And now I can't sleep from years of apathy. All because I read a little Noam Chomsky. I'm eating vegetation cause of fast food nation. I wear a couple of shoes cause of globalization. I'm watching Michael Moore expose the awful truth. I'm listening to Public Enemy and Reagan Youth. I see no world peace cause of zealous armed forces. I eat no breath mints cause I'm from the hoofed horses. Now I can't believe what an absolute failure. The president's laughing cause he voted for Nader. That's no way to go, Franco, Un-American. No way to go, Franco, Un-American. No way to go, Franco, Un-American. Where can we go, Franco, Un-American? I wanna move north and be a Canadian, or hang down low with the nice Australians. I don't wanna be another I don't care again. What are we gonna do, Franco, Un-American?
Hope you guys like those last songs. Before we get into our last picks, I just wanted to say thank you very much to everyone who is listening to this podcast or has listened to this podcast. Thanks to anyone that's left a comment or a review. We really appreciate it. You can follow or listen or subscribe via most streaming services and find us on Instagram at High Fives Podcast. Thank you to the WhatsApp group for the interesting conversations, the music suggestions, the random fights. Justin, would you like to apologize for almost making a person leave the WhatsApp group for being a jerk?
I thought we cleared up that was not the case.
Okay, it really wasn't the case, but I was going to try to make that carry on for a while, but it was not the case. There was just a technical error, but it did look for like a moment that Justin
For a moment that
Justin scared somebody out of the WhatsApp group.
cyberbullied someone out of the WhatsApp chat, which is not the case. Was it because of something I said about the bouncing souls?
No, it was something like we said good music or something like that.
No, that's something that very much in line with what I would say.
Again, thank you again to the WhatsApp group for everything. It's always fun to have conversations about the episodes and then everything else that's going on. If you like our podcast, again, the best thing you can do is tell a friend and share with them because, like I said before, apparently I'm not telling anybody about it. So you can send in your lists or comments on Instagram is probably the easiest way, but if not, you can send us an email at superhighfivespodcast@gmail.com. If anybody can suggest a cheap or potentially free way to do a website, get in touch with us because I've been trying to do a website and I keep getting set up on things and then all of a sudden it's like, well, you have to pay to do that. So it's not really free. I've been thinking about a Substack because I think Substack's actually free. So if you have an opinion about that, let me know.
Is GeoCities still a thing?
No, but I did find the Johnny Unitas old GeoCities website.
How is that even possible?
I found it because I was going to...
Also, I would not look that up. There's a lot of burning American flag gifs.
That's exactly why I looked it up. Also thought about putting that on a shirt. I'm trying to get banned from your country if you're American. Now I lost my train of thought, Justin. Yeah, just thanks. Oh, thanks to Justin for doing this podcast with me. Putting up with my weirdness tonight.
Yeah, you're sort of all over the map.
I am all over the map. It's like maybe something was in my chamomile tea.
I was going to say you've had 3 teas and we now know 2's the limit.
Yeah, two's it. This one had honey and ginger in it, so who knows what's going on.
Oh, so uppers and downers.
I know. Yeah, just thanks again for listening. And let's get to these last picks.
All right. I would like to say that I've tried to take us on a journey through motivation. We got started, we got better, we got over it, we got informed, and now we're going to get motivated to get really fucking angry. And I think given the fucking absolute insanity that is happening in the world when like things are cartoonishly hilarious and evil at the same time, it's insane what is happening in the world out there. And this is one of the things that I think punk rock does so well is it takes all of the uncertainty and confusion and what the fuckery and can turn it into anger that makes you want to not hurt people, but really just stand up and fight back and say, you know what, this is bullshit and we're not going to stand for it anymore. And this isn't about some of the lyrics may suggest otherwise, but this isn't about being destructive or disrespectful. This is about being vigilant and being strong. So I tapped into a band that I think used to do this really well. And I'd be challenged to say they probably still do it well. It's just hard to keep up with them some 20 years later. But hailing from Chicago, and this is about 4 years after they started off their second full length, it is the band Rise Against, who just put out a new album last month.
Yeah.
That is, for me anyways, not my cup of tea, not my cup of chamomile.
Doesn't matter how much ginger and honey in it. I was not digging it, but I respect that they tried something different.
Sure.
Sure.
And that they're still going, and for as far as I can tell, still like very socially conscious and sort of engaged in still being a political voice and carrying their thoughts and opinions through their music and not just going for the easy takes that appeal to a broad audience. I think they've always sort of had that stand up, take action and stand up for corruption and against corruption and injustice. Certainly where the band started, certainly where their first 3-4 albums are heavily rooted in. And this is the first track of Revolutions Per Minute. The song is Black Masks and Gasoline, which I thought was just a great like kind of call to action for all of us in the ways that we can, that are safe to do so, because fuck, who knows what's going to happen. Have to find ways to just stand up for the fucking insanity that's happening out there now.
A couple things I want to talk on just about Rise Against. One thing I will say is I think they are legit and they actually do believe it, that it's not a gimmick to them. I think they, despite being on a major label and having record sales and being on the radio and all that stuff, I don't think they've changed. My understanding, anything I've read, is they're still pretty vocal about what they believe in. They've stayed true to who they are, regardless of the fame and fortune, I guess, maybe.
Sure. And you know what? That's so awesome, because I think we need bands that can sort of fill a 5 or 6 or 8 or 15,000 seat venue and talk about some pretty real things.
That was my next point, is I think that's, to me, super important, because I feel like when a band like Rise Against or Green Day go and talk and say stuff to people that aren't rooted in punk rock, that may not have any sort of background in hearing about this stuff, like a 15-year-old kid or even a 40-year-old person gets to hear something and you're like, it might just give someone a pause to think that maybe what they've been taught or what they think is right or normal is maybe something they should question. So I think they do have bands like this do have an important place, even if in the punk rock world people might call them quote unquote sellouts or whatever like that. I know that's a tag they got labeled onto them. I don't think they sold out their morals for their music.
I still love, particularly this album and the next Rise Against album, like Siren Songs is, I know I talked about it when we were doing the Years episodes.
Mm-hmm.
One of my absolute favorites. Love the stuff the band put out then. Yeah,
good job, Dustin. This song definitely is a good motivational one, and especially for those things that you're talking about.
I also can see the absolute hilarious thing happening with this band, of like perhaps off their new album where some fucking moron will say things like, "I don't know when did Rise Against become a political band, and what are they? They're so woke now." It's totally going to become like the fucking senator or congressman or whoever said it was like, when did Rage Against the Machine become a political band?
Yeah, fucking. Or the people that are propaganda, like, stay out of politics. I'm like, okay, well, have you ever listened to propaganda before?
Anything, just pick a single line of any song.
Just why don't we keep politics out of punk rock? That's like a funny one to see online always. You're like, yeah, I guess, whatever, I guess.
Yeah, it's just the same fucking people in football too that were like, keep politics out of sports when Kaepernick took a knee.
But then wanted...
And then 23 or 25 NFL teams have a moment of silence.
Yeah, for a certain idiot. Anyway, also good point on the world being fucked up. Every day I'm more and more angry and distraught about it, and I don't...
It's honestly shocking, the stuff, like saying that, like you can check your phone every day and it's just like this... They've literally put satire out of business because no comedian could write better stuff than this. Tylenol causes autism? What are you talking about? And why is the president saying that? Like, forget the insane, like, racism and all, like,
it's at every level of everything.
Like, everything's got so many degrees of horrendousness to it, but, like, how many people are going to now start taking, like, medical advice again from the president, as opposed to like decades of science? Yeah. But here we are.
Hey man, Dr. Oz is on top of it and he seems legit. Him and Dr. Phil have got things under control.
That's right.
What the fuck?
Between the two of them, they might actually have one doctorate degree.
Either way, it's so fucked up. I my whole life have religiously watched news on like at least 2 or 3 news broadcasts a day. And read stuff, and I'm struggling. I'm at the point where I can't even read it anymore because I'm just like, this is so fucking bonkers. I'm so angry about so many things. I don't even know what way to be angry anymore. Like, it's insane. But so kudos, and like sometimes music like Rise Against is what you need. My last pick is going to go the complete opposite. So maybe it's a palate cleanser for what we just complained about. The band is Death of Guitar Pop. The album is 69 Candy Street, and the song is Suburban Ska Club. This is a 2017 release. I've brought this band up before as an album I've been listening to. And as longtime listener and WhatsApp contributor Joel once said, you should have a ska song on every list. And here is my ska song. You normally wouldn't think of ska and motivational together.
Well, they do talk a lot about picking it up, so.
You got to pick it up. It's not getting you fired up like an AC/DC song, but I went with it for a few reasons. The song is so upbeat and fun that it puts you in a good mood. Like if it comes on before you're heading into work on your headphones or in the car or however you listen to music, it just gets you so positive. And sometimes being positive is just as good as being angry for being fired up. What a better motivation to get your week started than the idea of going out and listening to ska all night at the club after work. So that's why I picked it. It's a good upbeat song, and hopefully that gets you motivated too. I also hear these guys are recording a new album too, so I'm kind of excited to hear that. That's all I really have to say about that after we depressingly talked about how shitty the world is these days.
Yeah, I'm glad you were able to pull some positive turnaround there, because it was getting pretty bleak.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to go take some Tylenol, drink some bleach.
Get some horse tranks.
It's good for it. Got to deworm myself.
That's right. What is it? A horse dewormer? Fucking Christ.
Anyway.
Place is fucked.
Play the fucking music, Justin.
Play the music. Fifth songs for getting motivated. I went with Rise Against off Revolutions Per Minute. The song is Black Masks and Gasoline.
Death of Guitar Pop, Suburban Ska Club off 69 Candy Street. Stay cool and be excellent to each other.
Simply because you can breathe doesn't mean you're alive or that you really live. This life has taken its toll. She just doesn't know how much more she can give. But here, at the top of the world, where I raise my hands and I clench my fists, they stand before me below, demanding the answers with flips of a switch. I don't understand where you got this idea so deeply ingrained in your head.
got the music ready, Will?
I got it,
I'm
buddy.
firing myself up. Play the music, Will. Rise and shine, you silly motherfuckers. Everything you do makes a difference. Be different and define your own future. Now, get off your fucking ass.
Justin, do you have your music ready? That's from that guy. Don't look at me.
Oh,
stupid.
that's right.
Way to ruin my intro. Anyway,